So I should be live. Am I not? Yeah, I am. That's good. Getting some text, not that important. I have sound. Ableton has sound. Yeah, okay, good. You want this, but you don't want this on. Okay. Please session questions. Okay, give some context for the text for the task at hand. Has relevant thinking, conceptualizing begun prior to the session? If so, give a brief overview. So what happened in between this session and the previous one was I took a walk. I didn't really think about the piece. When I got groceries, I made and ate dinner. It's now 17:37, and I'm back in the studio for the evening, where I'm gonna do a few hours of work still. So I hope to get a long way with the Birdstory. Gonna give a brief overview of the circumstance in which this piece is created. Yeah, what do I see as my main goals for this session? Maybe nice to think about for a second. It's really what I thought about previously. It's the working out the further structure, so I can get into details instead of doing the larger structure. So I hope to finish off the larger structure today. It's really supposed to get the intensity, and I need to figure out how the ending will transition into Sneer Mission. Are there relevant other circumstances of us that you feel necessary to express before we start the session? I saw the moon, that was nice. Okay. Session. The first listen. Let's have the first listen. Right, so what I'm thinking, after listening to the track for the first time this session, other thoughts you feel are important to express. So what I'm immediately thinking is that the beginning may be a little understated still. The length of it, maybe I need to introduce the second voice earlier. I do like the general sort of curve of it. I'm quite happy with the just turning up the volume, because the whole thing was a bit low. And I like working at a decent volume for sessions like this. Yeah, I do like the general structure. I like the way the second voice behaves. So I think I'm ready to continue. Alright. I'm gonna pour myself a little bit of a drink, which I think will be nice. I had a cup. Yeah, I had a cup behind my laptop. This wasn't me moving down the laptop. Moving it back up. Drink. That's what I usually drink. Right, so I can just start to work out the further structure. And then once that's settled, that tension bow is settled, I can go back in and see how I feel about the beginning in that context. Is it already time to introduce a different sound from the Falcon? It might be. Clean sounds, definitely. Not let's minimize this. It's annoying. It might be time for that, yeah. So you would need to make another group. Well, you could just make another audio track, which I think is fine. We would call this Falcon 1. How about we just listen to all of the Falcon samples? I like these because they get kind of alarmish, but they're a bit intense for this transition. Some of this. Other Falcon sounds that are not as that might be nice. Let's continue listening, but this could be green. No, what's this? Yeah, that's also cool. No, this is 11 from them. That as well. This is usual. Okay, so maybe you start out with, I think it was this. This maybe. Because you had this percussive sound going on here at the end. That is not supposed to be solo still. That kind of works. You can go into the editing of it later. Let's just for now see if we can get samples into place for this lecture. Because you have until here. So you will definitely need another layer over here, which will be then fucking 2. Because from here it needs that great typing dude. From here it needs to develop kind of quickly. If you would just consider this loop, for example, where would you put it? Let's consider all of this loop actually, if you would like to. And then what's that maybe here? Except maybe not this, because then you have double bottom voice, so you cannot make it as dense. But you feel like some repeating might help your cause. Yeah. Alright, if you do the same thing again, you might just be able to fill the full 30 seconds like that. Might be a good bass. Listen. And from here you would also like to start a track which is just fucked up Albins, because those samples still exist. Which ones do you like? Oh, wrong one. That is great for like a very last moment. Let's check this out. I think this could be nice land here. This feels similar to this. This is very insane. She also want to pan this to fix it, maybe. Slow flavoring. This is a really nice sort of introductory sound, which might even be able to go like here. A bunch more here. This would also make for a great climax. So this is, you're not going to play this, but because it would be very loud, so I would need to turn everything down first. This could be neat in the middle section of it. And this might even be helpful just here. Alright, what would turn all of these down by just a lot? Well, 6 does not quite a lot, but for these purposes. What is what? This is the final moments kind of thing. What are you? Oh, copy. What are you? What are you? Maybe you want to slow this down because you like the texture of it, but you want it to reach all the way to the end. So you want to say warp, complex bow, make it twice as long. Okay, so I know this is not working, but sort of you need to trust the process here. Let's listen to Master Falcons, maybe? From here. The show's promise. A nice little swell thing. So perhaps here. Swell thing. This could just be a nice layer. This pitch down like the beginning, so you really want to run it from here. You could do this. Maybe it won't be that bad if it's 25 seconds, you know. Because it would allow it to go way bigger. Okay. Any cool here? That would make for a cool landing. So maybe here. This would be an early contender. And I think I have enough samples for now. It's fine. Now the next step in the process would be to mute all of these, basically. You can just for clarity say group these as samples and then close the group. So now you have some more space to work with. Okay, so if we just have the dry sort of bass. Again, this is a very experimental bit of work that you will be doing. So let's first set this one as a possibility. So, from when did yeah, this is probably going to be a process that involves making a lot of things and then later restructuring them. Because if you try to plan this ahead too much, I feel like you're limiting the brain. I don't know how to explain it that well. Hey, like this description with that corruption. Which is nice because suddenly you can relate. Okay. Wow, alright. Then it's time to sort of make this nice. So can we look this? I feel like this would be great for some too. felt like it was coming in too early. Maybe still. Yeah, I think this can work as sort of a base for other stuff to exist upon, but it's too static, which you don't love. No, it's the very fragments that I feel like at some point you will need some glue. I don't quite know how to do that yet. You had another sound of which you were. Oh, this could be a nice introduction. So, let's just say, yes, yes. Maybe pitch lower. You would feel like a similar length is better. So like this. Yeah, and this feels like it needs a long delay and a quicker. Fine for now, maybe some harm on this. Like the grounded one. Best. You just wanna look this. Yeah, this should not dislike. Let's listen. You feel like you might need something at the third repeat. Okay, what does this sound like in total? Something ought to happen here. Just take the previous method you did, which was just here. Perhaps like this for now. So we'll take a look at it later. This should end up, as you can see later once you know how it actually went. Is swell, let's call it a swell. For now, what is this? What are you? Yeah, see, now that you put it in context, it starts to kind of work, which is nice. You notice you're thinking ahead a little bit towards the experiment and the results and start thinking about that, so you gotta do a bit of a reset and not sort of push your dialogue in the way of possible things that might be interesting for your experiment. So just if you're calling yourself out on that. This can go here, maybe for now. Yeah, I had this as an early one, which is actually this might be fitting to introduce around here. Ish, this is a very rough stroke. This, so that you don't need anymore. What are you? What are you? Actually. You don't know why or if that works, but I think it does. This is really just of brush strokes to see what sticks. Starts to be something. What's this? also some new ideas. What are you, maybe? Okay. I guess I can make work. So move this down. Because you felt that around here, maybe. And then maybe this, but lower. Yeah, it kind of loses the intensity. So maybe you want to just duplicate this over and take these. And copy over a little section for the ending. You are a bit too much for me right now. Mix track volume. Because you're very sort of narrow. What are you? Very key, exactly. Ooh, what happens if I would reverse you? How do I do that again? First clips. Just press that. Do you like that ending? Is there anything sticking out beyond that by now? No? Then you can just mark this maybe dark blue or something. Just so that you know that that's where it ends. This is at 33 seconds. That's fine. That's totally fine. Okay, what you're thinking here is stereoizer, stereo with, because this is the big chaos ending that kind of needs to make, because you were thinking about how it relates to the intro of Sniomisha, and the intro of Sniomisha kind of runs into the thing, though it's quite an intensive intro for the album, so you need to make it smaller in comparison, so this needs to be really big. So what if we just increase the width, so it goes. How does that sound? Never done that. I don't hate it. This is quite good. Alright, we're starting to get somewhere slowly. How about some falcons? I think this is already in there, yeah. Can I move this? What are you? Okay, let's take you. Don't need the automation. Just take a new file. Get there. maybe start it out a bit smaller. Because this feels like a really nice sort of base layer. Because why? Because there's some density to it, there's some consistency to it. I like it. I think it's too much right now. Like as in everything. There's too much going on. It's all nuts. It's all happening in the center, for example, which is something I should do something about. But first, I think I need to pee, so I'm gonna go pee. Yes, pee. In my phone, so I don't get distracted. Right, so here I am. What I was thinking while peeing was that I think what's happening at this point in the process is that I'm iteratively throwing shit at the wall. I know I need to flesh out the section. It is very noisy, and then one of the nicer things I like about working with wall of sounds, but working with very big things, is that the details don't matter as much. I like doing very detailed work, but this is also just about density and about quantity of sound at times. So what happens is you throw stuff at the wall, you see what sticks, you look at the wall, and you go like, oh, I think this little bit of it could use a bit more shit thrown at it. And that keeps iteratively going like that. And then, oh, yeah, I just spilled a drink. I pressed down on the thing while I was pouring, and but I have a cloth within which I can use to tie this up with. It didn't get into any of the gear, which makes me happy. Right. Right. First thought is, because you were talking earlier about how to fix the intro density of it, I think I need to move these forward. And then this just needs to continue for a bit. here already something would need to occur. And that thing maybe is this. What if you would sort of increase this? It's now a little early. If you order this. Like starting it earlier. What you could do is just say copy this, split this, go like this. This one more, preferably a big one, so probably this. Even one more, but then maybe it's nicer to take this one a bit earlier, and then just boost the crap out of it. And then you were thinking of a Falcon 9, just landed, feels amazing. This is a Ben 11 song, and it's popping into your brain. No, that's not it. You're specifically looking for like a loud laughing thing. Maybe this. This could be it. Could also very much not be it. Right. If I make, I would need this on a separate track, which you can just say this and this, and then you just make sure that this is there, this is here, and this, because the issue you're having is this is only on one side of the speaker, you need it to be in the middle, which might work like this. You kind of want, you're pointing to the screen, that's not useful. Falcon 14 to blend into Falcon 4. And the way you're gonna do that is to see if it helps to fade Falcon 4 in a little bit earlier. And this will fuck you up. So don't do that. Yeah, that's better. No, that makes it significantly worse. sort of need it to be a natural blend. It's too slow, maybe. If you listen to it in context, it always helps. Why did I just do that? Because transition doesn't work. Might work. You want the noisiest one? This? But then this is a bit tricky to do. But you're good at what you do. Probably manage. This looks very illegal. By illegal, I mean probably not the best way to do it, but it works in a pinch. Can you do multiple phase in Ableton? No, this is not gonna get you the result that you want. So the issue is that you have a peak here. The only thing you could do is to keep this going. So we'll just take these until there. This all just needs to be at full, because overriding automation is annoying. So instead you could just go to audio effects, utilities, utility, and then you take the gain. Which track did I put this on? This one, yeah. Utility gain, and then you could just, it's gonna be loud. I do like the beginning of it, but maybe it doesn't even need to. Maybe you can just continue this pattern until the end. The end is not that much further. Let's try it for now, because I think what happens is that up until here you like it, and here it kind of loses tension with the swells, so that means that you will have to do this. Now, is the middle section too long? You think it might be? I think you might need to take out one repeat. So what is on, what is not. Because we're okay, this is always annoying, so I'm gonna save a copy. So I can always go back to the current state, because I feel like that's not what I intended to do. I feel like I can lose a section here, which I think is a section of this size. Right, and then I ought to take it in such a way that I can just slot the rest of this into place. How does that sound as a longer arch? That's better. What you're kind of missing is the second one is lower. No. Okay. This you need to still give effects to, but let's just listen a few more times. Not from there, from the beginning. Yeah. Yeah, the pacing is still a bit off. There's some things that you like to do. You would like to edit this one, which just to gain utility, you just want to turn off this. You can just turn off this gain utility and put another one. This just stays the same. This needs to evolve over time. And then the next step you want to make is you want to be vortex wind wings or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so what happens if I throw an OTT over this? Not sure. Oh, you don't need to exist. You. so you want to say def, which you just want to have go this, and then you want to have that go like this. Beefing it up over time. Maybe not crystallize, maybe echo voice, so you need to fill up the silences between the a little. Mm-hmm. It's already getting better. Like this, you were thinking that maybe here it needed a little bit of a high, sort of clean sound. Like this. You don't know what this is, but you're just grabbing something. up a little, something cute and innocent still. You can be very, very still here. It's like this maybe. This you want a pen man, isn't this? Is this what you think it is? Yeah. This wants a pen man. Which this seems like the right. No, you want side to side. I'm gonna turn a bit down because with all those text is getting a bit dark. I think you wanna take the same man, put it here. Man, you wanna say really that's the wrong one, not in out mode, you wanna say 8. And then you wanna activate that somehow. Do it differently. The lack of this is resulting in a slight drop of tension, so put that up. happens if we just take these? What's going on here? That is an issue. Alright. And take just this one. You want to remove sort of everything before the first tick from here on out. So instead of these regions, I'm just gonna say this basically. Let's mono it first in, that's what's happening. Oh, let's mono it before the OTT, otherwise it might give issues. Oh no, it's just, it's how to be quicker. This maybe. Will it still need you? Take up a lot of space. Where's the good? You could just do this then. Closer. Just listening for structure. Do you notice anything? Might be cute is, are you the most consistent layer now? Just for show. We're thinking about adding a sub-base, but you're listening to other good work. So you would say Shift Command T to add a MIDI track, and you would say maybe move Mariana, then E minor for tracks. Yeah, so maybe it's just an E. this is not a sound, but it would be nice to create a MIDI clip. Let's just say we record. Right, and then you can turn this off, and then just as a quick sort of test of concepts, you throw this down. You might just say this, for example. Yeah, that's perfect. That's barely audible. In which it's YouTube, huh? Probably this one actually, which will be the second utility. You can just gain it down smoothly. You. Okay, so then you don't do it via this, but you just go in, not this, not this, but this, because you just need it post. Yeah, that's clear. You're not gonna believe this, but I need to pee again. I've been drinking too much fluids. Too much fluids. Bringing phone, not bringing phone again. this is my ground time. Let's listen, because you have two options, I think. I do really like the landing. Okay, so either it is see if you can do the vortex thing that you still want to do, or it is start to look at the individual layers. I think the vortex thing might be nice. The easiest way to probably achieve that is this one. I use a sample of waves. You use the loud part, so you cut out a few of the loud parts. Tie those in a row. Then I think you will need it from about here to slowly fade it in. And then maybe do some tremolator stuff. Because what you're trying to emulate here is the flapping of bird wings, for which you would like to try this. Okay, you would like to do some kind of multi-tap delay. This is not where it's going to be fading in. I'm still working on the sound. Then you want one in which you would also like to add a modulator, namely an LFO, which you would like to map to the pitch map. Alright, this is how you do it. I hope this is how you do it anyway, yeah. get into a place where you kind of like it. Can you get a more... Three, because... Right, in context. Kind of like always rising. I think I still have to have something like that. Should be affected. What is this? Maybe. That's not it. Crystals, maybe crystal builder. Remember some preset on it. No, not particularly. Space transport. Okay, now you're gonna have to create this more manually. How? Maybe going to filter click. See if it does a... So you're trying to create this effect that makes it sort of sound like it is continually going up. Yeah, but that's an issue. Can I reset the other flow somehow? No, you cannot. Right. Envelope. Look. No, doesn't have flip. Maybe in the DSR. Specifically what you were looking for. Slower, even. Okay, you're having trouble keeping up the talking. How are you making your decisions? You have to fade out the ending there. Which was fading it in so not just up nice with the other part. The filter was basically conceived so it feels like you're being pulled into a tornado of wind and birds. It sounds sarcastic, but I really mean that. You feel like you need a little break, but let's listen once more. Because on the last lesson you felt the ending you basically have to the density where you might want to keep it, although you might want to clean it up a little because there's a lot of overlapping frequencies right now. But then the beginning is very hollow and very empty, and you need to fix that. You feel like the birds are kind of getting lost. What happens if you would? I feel like you could use a big bird. Maybe this. Yeah. of a robin because robins sound more like actual birds than this. This one does not. Maybe a cleaner one, like the long, loud, clean. What's this? Where are you? There you are. Got a bit lost there. What you could do is you would need to cut it up to size a little. Then you just make a non-stop layer out of it. There's a lot of non-stop layers there, but that is also kind of that chain signature sound. Just some little alto boy on this, and then you link the pitch and the formant, put it to have 100% words. You automate the pitch to be like this maybe. That already makes it more bird-like, logically by adding in birds. That is quite an effective measure for making things bird-like. You need to give your ears some rest. You need a little break. You've been working a little over an hour, and you're trying to give yourself a 5-minute break each hour. So you're just gonna get up, move around a bit, see what it is that you can do to reset the brain a little. You're also talking a bit inside of the mouth, which I don't know if it's affecting the recording quality for the TOP, which would be a shame. Right. Back. I'm gonna get it. I have loads. Sitting in a slightly different position, but that's fine. And it does need some silence afterwards, which maybe you can just section like this. This works. Gotta somehow have it expert until here, which you don't quite know how to do actually, how to export silence at the end. Well, you can always just give my the steady one, and the other thing ends at like 27, 28, so it's about 4 seconds of silence, I think. before snare mission then starts. Or you could always make a stem of snare. Do you have anything from that song? Snare. This never works. Snare mission demo. Command T. Long file. I think this is fine timing wise for now to put it in. Okay, one of the notes you had was to work out the beginning a little bit more. You have some tiny tweets, right? Somewhere. That's the mission. And for the Falcon, you had some small bits and pieces somewhere. Yeah, here. Yeah. You just take these, make a new audio track here, perhaps. Make sure you paste these. Perhaps like this. This is just random placements. Yeah, it's not what you intended. But you did kind of like having this in the background, baby. The background. So like -24. So you stopped thinking out loud. So you're wanting to do some little sounds, you're thinking that these are maybe a bit too concrete, you want them more abstract, of course you can do it via effects. But now they're becoming a main part, and then there's a question of how long should they last, when should they disappear? They should not. I think the issue it might have is that it's too out of sync. Let's see. Yeah, that's a lot better. going for a bit. And you wanted to maybe it's too concrete, so you want to see if you can make it a little bit more strange. Yeah, this is already nicer. And then you want some kind of, you can do it with Echo Boy, I think. Kind of slip back, delay to fill out the space a little. See if you can get, let's just set this later. And you want to take the same super plate setting that you did here. See if you can get it in here. I think you like the sample. I think that might be the issue. Do you have a similar urban sample? I think this may be. You're losing track. You're still trying the same thing. You like these samples a lot better. Blends them better with what's already there. The felt makes a really different sound. Yeah, you feel like there's a little bit of a drop here. Is there any sort of discernible reason for that? Not really. Listen. It's a bad idea, but what happens if you would take one significant hit and put it near the end somewhere. Don't know the exact position. You can do it with an audio sample actually. Let's just say kick. Packs, core library, samples, one shots, drums, kick. So where were you? Here. Not what your original idea was, but that's what it's Let's go back here. Get yourself some percution. Just wanna select this a little bit. Maybe some decapitator. Yeah, you do like that it has this sort of closing. And maybe you want just a little bit of not like a second maybe. Just to give it some some blurriness in the low end as well at the end. Okay, starting to be quite happy actually. That you're enjoying. So what is your current thought process? I think you're getting a bit. You've been at this for an hour and a half, which seems like a good length. Let's listen. If there's anything that comes to mind. Okay, this is starting to be good. Starting to be pretty good. You're getting to be happy. You're gonna pour yourself like 1/4 of a glass of a drink. And then you have a few options. I think you might want to close this session here, and then just vibe for a bit. Maybe take a walk. It's still quite early on in the evening, so you have time to finish it tonight maybe. But then you need a slightly big break so you can sort of get out of it and then get back into it. I guess this is a question of order or planning time. Okay, one more blind listen to see if anything comes up. Yeah, it will really just be about polishing individual parts. And for that you need fascias. So Either you do another session tonight or you do another session tomorrow, but let's go to the post-session questions. Now the session is done, can you reflect on these questions? What would you say is the primary progress made in the session? Well, I think the biggest change, of course, was the larger overarching structure, the sound design that's happened, but it went from the introduction of a piece to being a piece from full to end. One of the big moments was finding this this ending sample that really has made the whole structure. Once you put this in place, the rest kind of started falling around it. But this was very clear. This is a moment where you kind of also started to speed up. This was a sort of this was an important moment again in the structure, right? Then, what would you like to work further on in the next session? Like, as I said, the next session will primarily be about cleaning up individual parts, making sure everything fits nicely together, listening very critically to every element, see if it belongs there, see if it needs anything, do some processing specifically on this, this track, this falcon track, and some of these birds could use some more intensity because they don't quite grow as much as you like. I need to take a quick note, which is, this is unrelated but important. Okay, yeah. The unrelated fault was due to something I saw across the code, which made me think of something. Which question were you at? What would you like to work on further? Yeah, so it's the individual layers, mixing, seeing if you can get everything into place. You might be able to finish it tonight, which you're very optimistic about. Are there any comments you feel necessary to express based upon the process during this session? I think you really hit your stride in the middle of it. This is great work that you've done, I think. Like, for usually how long it takes you to get the identity of a piece going, I think you found the identity pretty fast during this session. So I guess a primary part of progress that was made is also finding the identity of the piece. Yeah, I don't really have any further comments. You want to mess with the timing for Sneo a little bit still, because you don't love it. You like it, but you don't love it yet. But yeah, you're already quite a ways there. This is good. This is getting you less data maybe than you expected because the process went well. But then you can always just find another thing to work on. It's fine. Cool. Then